Remember not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Can you not see it? Welcome to Sunday Reach from the Dominican Friars of the province of India. Jesus came to give us life, and life in abundance. Through this season of Lent, we are making an effort to see the beauty of life in us, as we are gradually led to share in the glory of the resurrection of Jesus. However pleasant and happy we are, we like to have changes in life. The changes that we expect may be in different degrees. According to the intensity, we might term those unpleasant realities as a life weakened, wearied, burdened, stuck, broken, wounded, injured, pained, or even as dead. Some of them may be so mysterious that we find it difficult to understand them, or to explain or find a solution. As much as possible, we can try to understand them. But many popular beliefs on curses, burdens, and punishments try to explain them, fill us with fear, worries, and wavering in faith. It affects our trust in God. Led by these worries and fears, we cannot experience the life flow into us. Though we are coming to God here, we are approaching God only as a problem solver. There is no belonging or love relationship. In doubts and fears, we cannot be open to the source of life. Do we really desire for that life to fill our lives? Do we believe that God really wants to pour out that life into our pains, troubles, and burdens? Do we really believe that it can happen to you and me? God said, "I give water in the wilderness and rivers in the desert, that my chosen people may drink." God does it freely, not as a reward for an offering in a pay-and-take manner. That God pours life into our pains because God, by nature, is full of life. In moments of troubles, we may be shattered. If we have the love bond with God, we can experience life in God. Imagine a smoky room in which we struggle to breathe, and when the windows and doors are open, we have the comfort of easy breathing. See a plant in a bad soil. As it gets manure, it has a new life. Or a plant withering in summer heat has a new life as it receives water. Similarly, we place our hope in God, who is alive and life-giving. Remember not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I am going to do a new thing. Now it springs forth. Can you not see it? Undying hope. It is not merely a psychological adherence or an intellectual submission to a pleasant thought or feeling. Christian hope is alive, not simply an expectation somewhere in the future. It causes welling forth of the fountains from our depths, from the very lives that are wearied and burdened, sprouting of new life. We will be able to live fully even amidst of our heaviness of life. We can find new roots that hold us in grace to stand in time of tribulations, the roots connecting ourselves with the fountain of life. God's life in us will grant us confidence to grow and flourish. It will free us from fear and every push to escape the struggles. In Him, we have the fountain of life. It is very beautiful to speak, hear, and imagine. But is it really possible and practical? Dear friends, the fountain inside is very much controlled by this but. It becomes an obstacle for our desire for fullness of life. We need peace and reconciliation. But how can we let go of so many things in reality? Pope Francis is right in saying no war. But politically, can it work out? It was the same reason when Jesus, the source of life, came among us. He Himself, the life itself, became an obstacle for many. They loved their boundaries, legal, religious, national, or gender. The Sabbath laws, purity laws, customs, positions, professions, etc., stood as a stigma against welcoming life. Life embraces beyond boundaries. The fountains flow beyond boundaries. That is why Jesus could welcome all. If God fills life into our wounds and pains, the boundaries against life make trap out of the failures of people. It is not a life that is hoped for, but the possibilities of exploitation and the fault with God in showing mercy. The woman in the gospel today was caught by a lawful crowd and brought to Jesus to prove that he was wrong if he lets her free. If the law served here to be graceless, there are greater sins in many right things that hinders life in us. We need to examine our depths. Merciless legal and gender boundaries, cruel judgments under moral elitism, empty religious customs that only show our pride and money power, manipulation of faith and beliefs, and so on, are obstacles we have created against life. In the name of God, we have resisted His life. After all these words about life, examine whether we are like that woman, ill-advised later by some holy and strict experts in religion. Some found her secretly and told her that it is according to the law, and the word of God says that she had to be stoned. Though let free, she had to suffer the punishment. She started hitting herself with stones to obey the word of God. We too hear it sometimes. Though God is merciful, we have to suffer the punishments because the Old Testament laws say so. Living fully, an experience of new heaven and new earth is the work of God. But its experience begins with me and you, my life, my society, my time. Here and now, amidst the struggles, failures, and temptations, come near to the fountain with all that we are, with all our burdens and shame and fears. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Can you not see it?